Hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today is a compilation video of some of my favorite fall DIYs from 2022. I am so excited to jump into fall, and I thought this would be the perfect way to get it started. But first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda. This is my Oliver, and if you're returning, you know we love you. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number one. So for this DIY, I'm going to use this plunger. I'm going to use some burlap. And then I'm going to use some of these little lights. I got these from Dollar Tree. I'm also going to use some floral tape. I'm going to use this bucket from Dollar Tree as well. And then I'm going to use some different leaves. Most of these, I believe, are from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to start off by placing this plunger into the bottom of my pail. Now, after I did that, I'm going to add some rocks on top of it just to weigh it down and hold it in place. Then I'm going to take these leaves and I am going to use the floral tape there, and I'm just going to wrap that floral tape around the stems of those leaves, and then that way it will hold them in place. I'm sorry about the angle of this. It does get a little difficult to film because it's on my desk, and yeah, with the angle of my camera, it's kind of hard to place it. Now, you guys, I will give you a little warning. This is going to be a very fun voiceover because I did all this stuff last year and I don't remember what I did. So this should be really fun. So here I decided to change my camera to a different angle so that you could see a little bit better. And I am just continuing to layer those leaves onto that plunger handle and then wrap it with the floral tape. Then I took the lights here and I am just going to just kind of wrap the tree with those little lights. And you guys, I have to tell you, this is the very first, sorry about that, DIY because it was my most favorite DIY that I did last year. I absolutely love the way this little tree came out, and in fact, I can't wait to put it up. So here I am wrapping all of that with that burlap because I didn't want you to see, you know, all the stems, all the lights and the tape and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to wrap that portion of my tree with that burlap. And after I got done with that, I'm just hot gluing the burlap to itself. Then I'm going to fill that pail with raffia. And I don't know where I got this. This raffia I've had in my stash for many, many years. So I'm just filling that bottom part with the raffia. I'm going to add some little pumpkins. And there it is. You guys, again, I loved this. That's why I had to put this one as my first DIY for this video because I just loved it so much. You'll have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, and then DIY number two. This was, you guys, I absolutely love this one too. So I am going to use some of these little clay pots. You guys have seen me make things with my clay pots. These mini ones I got from Hobby Lobby. The other ones were from Dollar Tree. And then these little hats were also from Hobby Lobby. As you can see right there, they're little scarecrow hats. Some of my jute twine that I get from Walmart. And then my Waverly chalk paints in the color sandstone and pumpkin, and then again some more of that raffia. So I'm going to start off by painting my clay pots with that pumpkin, or what color is that? It's not pumpkin. Is it pumpkin? I think it's pumpkin. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I'm doing the rim with that, and then I'm going to do the bottom part with the sandstone. And I think, I'm trying to see here, I think I did all of them with the pumpkin, and this is going to be the face. So I did the face part with the sandstone. And then I'm just drawing in my eyes here. I always like to draw in first because I am just not a very good drawer. And so I feel like it really helps me when I use my pencil to draw it in. And then that way I can make sure that I like what I drew. And then once I have what I like, I use my Arteza paint markers to go over and color them all in. And that's what I'm doing right here. You guys, I had a really hard time not posting everything that was on this video because everything that I made on this video I absolutely loved. So I will have links. I will try to have links in the description box to each of the videos that I posted my clips from, in case you want to check out the videos. So here I'm just using some white marker here to just kind of color in those eyes, give it a little life. I'm adding a little orange to the nose here, as you can see. And I add some stitches to the nose. I added some stitches to the lips. Again, you guys, like I said before, I don't do well drawing on my own. So I always pull up pictures on my computer and kind of go with that. Here I'm using some of that Fix-All glue as well as my hot glue, and I'm going to glue the head part onto the body part of our scarecrow, just like you see me doing right there. Once I was done with that, now I am taking this twine and I'm going to put it through the bottom of that little mini pot, and then I'm going to tie a knot and pull it through. Now, I've done this before. Every time I do this, I think after I glue the head and the body together, I think, why didn't I glue this part to the head and the body, or between it? It might not work very well. It might make it too much of a gap, but I'm always thinking you should do it that way. But I didn't. Instead, I am just hot gluing this to the side, and then I did the other arm, and then I'm going to just hot glue this and make this part for the leg, and I'm just gluing it. I'm making two here at the same size. I'm just measuring my twine, and then I'm going to hot glue that to the inside of the body part of this. I don't know what I'm doing with the tape. What am I doing with the tape? Oh, I am going to put this through the other two little small ones, so that way it feeds through a little easier. And then of course I'll tie the knot just like I did with the arms. And then after I tie the knot, I will hot glue the other end to the inside of the body part of this scarecrow. Okay, let's see. There I go. I'm going to do the hot glue. And then after that, I am going to take some of that raffia and I'm going to fill the scarecrow's head with the raffia. Just pushed in, I don't know, just a good amount to fill it up. And then I'm going to take one of those little scarecrow hats, and I'm going to add a little hot glue on the side of that top and then just hot glue that hat to it. And then I think I'm taking small pieces here and I'm going to put it down, I think, around the front of the face to make like bangs. I believe that's what I'm doing. Oh, no, and that's not what I'm doing. I'm going to add it coming out of the hands. I think I do it with the feet too. Yeah, as you can see right there. And then I add some around the neck, just using hot glue and little pieces. This is probably what took me the longest for this thing, was just getting all those little pieces. And let me tell you, I did have that raffia everywhere in my craft room. Anyway, so then I'm taking some more here. I think I'm just going to make like a little tie with it. Something like that, I think. We'll see here in a minute. And I'm just tying a knot. Literally, you guys, I don't remember exactly what I did with these things. Okay. What else am I going to do here? Oh, I took some burlap and I just cut out a little piece to make it look like a patch, and I'm going to hot glue it right there on the front of my scarecrow. And look how adorable he is. Oh, I put one up on his head too. I just love him. Now, I had him displayed on my tree, like where the pumpkins were. on that tree. I have him sitting there too, and it was so cute with that whole thing. I just loved it. I can't wait to put it up again. Okay, so this is a reversible candy corn sign. I loved this idea. So I made these 2 printouts or decals with my Cricut. I'm going to use one of these wood rounds from Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to also use my Waverly chalk paints in the color pumpkin, maize, and the color white. And so I just thought this was going to be a great idea. I'm marking off, I can't tell you the dimensions because that was a year ago, but probably in thirds is what I did. And I'm going to, once I have them marked off, tape them off with my painter's tape, and then I'm going to paint them according to the colors of candy corn. I don't remember which one goes first at this moment, but I did pull up a picture of candy corn and went by that. So once I have my tape all on here, I am going to paint. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing here. I painted it. Oh my gosh, what was that? Oh my. Okay, so I painted the top yellow, the bottom white, or maybe that's reverse. And then the middle part will be with the pumpkin. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I showed you guys all this. But anyway, so okay, so there it is. Look how cute that is. I did both sides, as you can see, because this is going to be a reversible sign. So one side is going to say, "Welcome, candy lovers." And so I thought this would be so much fun to put up on Halloween. And then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to add the next decal, which says, "Sorry, out of candy." And I just thought, what a fun idea to make this a double, because at first I was just doing the "Welcome, candy lovers." And then I thought, why don't I put "Sorry, I'm out of candy" on the back? And then you can flip the sign when you're done handing out candy at night, especially if you get done before trick-or-treaters. But yeah, somebody told me that they've seen signs like this before, and I'm like, oh, here I thought I had a novel idea. But that's okay. So anyways, I'm just going to lay this out on the back side as well. And yeah, I guess the white goes on the top of a candy corn. I don't know. I don't really care for candy corn. I don't eat it very much. If I use it, I'm just using it for decor. So, but yeah. Anyways, so after that, I made some bows. I'm going to use the same ribbon on both sides. Took both of these ribbons, I believe I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just doing the awareness ribbon and scrunching them up in the middle, and then using some jute twine to keep them connected, keep them in the shape of a bow. And then I will glue them on, probably using hot glue, I'm guessing. I don't remember, but that's usually what I do. Until recently, I've been trying to do something other than hot glue. So here I'm, of course, dovetailing the ends, and then we'll glue them on. And if you notice, my table looks totally different, right? That's because I've got this new table that I got from a company. I just love it. And it gives me a little bit more room than that little card table gave me that I was using before. So here I'm going to add this last bow, and then I'll just add the hanger back on it. I think that's all I did with this one. Now, I didn't get to use this last year because I was in Oregon visiting my family last year on Halloween. So hopefully I'll be able to use it this year. I'm excited to try it out and see if it works. Although, you know what? Usually the trick-or-treaters are done before I'm ready to be done. But anyways, there you go. So I was thinking oh, look, I put some stitch marks all around the sides. And then I decided, okay, I want to cover up. I didn't like the way you could see the the hangers there. So I'm just adding these little leaves. I'm just hot gluing them right over them so that you don't really see it. And that way it gives it a little nicer finished look. It would have been fun if I would have had some candy corn, like some plastic candy corns or something. That would have been really cute too. So there is the Welcome Candy Lovers side. And I will go ahead here in just a moment and flip it around so you can see the other side. Ain't that cute? Aw, I just love it. Okay, so this is actually DIY number 3. I'm going to use 3 of these pumpkins from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use these napkins and my Waverly chalk paint in the color pumpkin. Then I'm going to use these napkins that I also got from Dollar Tree. I think I got all 3 of them from Dollar Tree last year. As you can see, I'm now with my new desk here, but it was before I got my little silicone mat, and you could see everything through the shininess of my desk. But here I am sanding off all that glitter, and then once it was sanded off, I painted them all with my pumpkin chalk paint. Then I'm just going to paint all of those little stems with elephant. And then once I have them all painted, I am going to cover the fronts of them with my Mod Podge, just like you see me doing right there. And I'm thinking I'm going to do my regular technique. While those were drying, I'm just going to trim out my napkins so that they fit where I want them to. As you can see, I'm just kind of playing around with it, trying to see how much of this I need to cut off. And I will be trimming the rest of this pumpkin part out. And I hope I'm not going to show you all of this. Oh my goodness. Hopefully my editing skills have gotten better since last year. So I'm going to remove the backing here, and I am going to add this to the front of my pumpkin. I'm going to put some parchment paper over it, and I'm going to do my regular technique of using my heat press, going all over that so it reactivates that Mod Podge, and then the napkin sticks. Then on the next one, I'm going to add this other pumpkin that was on that napkin, and then some of the border of the napkin, and I'm just laying those on top of each other, and then I'm going to use my heat press again to reactivate that Mod Podge. And then I think on the third one, I'm just using this plaid. I loved that plaid napkin. I thought it was so pretty. I still do. And I'm just going to add that on the front of that one as well. And after that, I'm going to cover them all with Mod Podge again, because we want to make sure we protect those napkins so that they don't rip and get torn. And then, of course, I'm going to let it dry. Once they were all dry, I went again over them with the parchment paper and heat press just to make sure there was no bubbles or wrinkling. And then I'm using my lighter here to burn off the excess, and then I'm just taking my finger sander to kind of get all those burnt pieces off. And it could have been too, my ceiling fan was probably on and I couldn't burn all the way, because it really does affect when I try to do that. So here I took my elephant color, and I'm just doing a little distressing, because you guys all know how much I love the distressing, the distressed look. And then I took some beads, and I took this, I don't know what color that is. I think it's Dusk by Waverly. It's one of the new colors, or I guess they just came out with them last year. And then I'm going to paint a couple of them with that color. And then I'm going to paint a couple with the pumpkin. And I believe I just used a couple that were the natural colors, if I remember correctly. And let's see. I don't know if I do this on all of them. I don't think so. I think it's just one. I'm going to string them through on some twine. And oh my goodness, did I not show you? I think it looks like I glued those 3 pumpkins together, and I didn't show you. Now this is stuff I edited last year, you guys. I just took clips from these videos and put them in my for this video. So all this editing stuff was not something I did for this video. It was done last year when I was creating the videos. I hope all that makes sense. Anyways, I'm just tying those, that twine with the beads onto that middle pumpkin. I guess I didn't glue them. And then I'm just tying knots on the end of those beads to keep them in place. And here's where I'm going to glue them together using wood glue. And I'm sure I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue at the same time. Yes. And then I'm going to glue them together just like you see right there. After that, I took some more raffia and I am just going to tie a little loose knot and then put it over the stem and tighten it and then make another knot here. And then I'll trim it down so that they look all pretty and they don't look all crazy. And there they are. I really love how those came out. They are so stinking cute. You have to let me know what you think about those as well. Okay, this is DIY number 5. Now I know it says DIY number 1, but that's because it was number 1 on the video it was on. Okay, so I'm going to use some paint stir sticks here. These are sticks. I got some fencing from the Habitat for Humanity store. And then I'm going to use some of these wood pieces, probably from Hobby Lobby. And then some decals I created. And then my Waverly chalk paints in the color white and elephant. I'm going to use my metallic gold and this beautiful rich espresso. Okay, so you're gonna and I'm gonna use white as well. You guys are gonna see this fall a lot more of those metallic bronzy colors. I absolutely love them for fall. So I started off by putting 4 of those fence pieces together, and then I took the 5-gallon stir sticks or paint sticks, whatever you want to call them, and I cut them down to fit, and I'm just using wood glue and hot glue to put them on the top and the bottom of these pieces to connect them. I think I painted all of them, even though the sticks were white, the fence pieces were white. They kind of looked grungy and dirty, but I think I painted all of them white. I may not have. I don't remember, honestly, but I am just going over and distressing, of course, with my elephant color. And after I have it all distressed, I am showing you a lot. I'm just getting all over the edges and everywhere. Then I'm going to add my decals. So I add this one that says hello to the top here. And then I'm going to add the next one. Looks like I was having difficulties with that one wanting to lay down. And I don't know what I'm doing here. Why didn't I add the next one? Well, oh my goodness. I am putting spackling in the little holes. These were like ornaments and I didn't want to see them. And then I'm going to paint one. You know what? This is Worn Penny. I believe that the one that I'm using right now is called Worn Penny. You can get these colors at Hobby Lobby or you can find them on Amazon. You should be able to. I know I found them on Amazon and at Hobby Lobby. I absolutely love the Worn Penny. It is just beautiful. You'll see me using it a lot in this video, but I'll probably use it a lot this year too because I just love them for fall. And then I'm using the rich espresso here, and then I think I will use gold. I don't know what I'm using the gold for. Am I putting the gold on? I don't know what I'm going to do the gold with. Maybe I changed my mind and decided not to use the gold, which could be the case. Here I'm just using that pumpkin. That pumpkin I've had for many years. I think I got it at a place called Craft Warehouse in Oregon. And yeah, anyways, so I'm just going to add my wood glue and hot glue and add the leaves. Oh, see, there's the other decal. I guess I didn't show you guys, but it says fall. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm just going to add these on. I am sorry, you guys, that almost every one of these clips has that subscribe and follow and like or whatever. Again, I just took clips from these videos, so I guess you're probably going to see them a lot. So I'm going to take some jute cord here and I'm just going to wrap it, or twine, whatever you want to call it. This came from Walmart. And I'm just going to wrap it around the bottom. As you can see, I wrapped it around a few times on top of that little piece there. And then I went around the bottom. And then I'll hot glue that in place, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the top. And I think one of the reasons why I really love fall decor, you guys, is because it is got that rustic vibe usually, and I think that's what I love. I took some of these half beads and I painted them with, I think that is the worn penny. I love how those came out. I put them on the top and the bottom of those two pieces that came out, and then I'm just adding some twine on the back for a hanger. And I believe that's all I did on this one. And you guys, I really love how this one came out. This is a close one for being my number one, I tell you. But I love that. You'll have to let me know what you think about it as well. Okay, this is what, number 6, I think? I'm losing count. We're going to have 22 of these, you guys. Okay, so I bought these frames from a thrift store. There was a bag of them. I still have some more. This paper came from Hobby Lobby. And then I'm going to use my elephant chalk paint by Waverly and my white chalk paint. I got to take a drink. That's a lot of talking, you guys. Okay, I got a real slick finish on these, so I'm taking my sander here and I'm going to sand each one of them to rough them up a little bit so that my paint will adhere better. After that, I am going to paint all of them with my white chalk paint. Once they were dry, I went ahead with my elephant color, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of distressing all the way around each one of those. And then once I was done with that, I am just taking some cardboard and I am marking where I'm going to cut, so that way I can cut them down to fit. And then I'm going to connect those dots with my little ruler here, I guess. Yeah, that way I know it's even. And then I will cut them out, and then I am going to cut the paper out or I'm going to trace the paper out so that it fits, so that I can glue it onto that cardboard piece. Boy, I'm really having a hard time getting it straight there, aren't I? And I do 3 of those, and then I am going to hot glue, or I glued them on. Why didn't I show that? I glued them on the cardboard, and then I am just going to run some hot glue along the back of that cardboard so that it stays in place. I don't think any of these came with backs, if I remember right, but I might not I might have forgot. I don't think they had backs on. I think that might be why someone gave them up. So then I took this is probably, I don't know if this is wood from Dollar Tree or if it's one of their MDF pieces, but I'm just going to add some hot glue and some wood glue. And I am going to glue that one there in front of it. And then I'm going to add some wood glue and hot glue along the back of that frame and add the other frame to that front frame. Do you see what I'm saying? And then I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. You guys, glue strings, hot glue strings just get to me all the time. It drives me nuts to see them. Okay, so here I'm going to add this one as well to the next one. There we go. And then we've got this cute little trio pumpkin set. And then I'm going to take some of these wood sticks. I think I either got them from Amazon or Dollar Tree. I am taking some of those pip berries and I'm wrapping them around my paintbrush here, and then I am going to add them around the stem. And I can't remember what they call that. It's a really weird name. But anyways, I'm going to take some of this burlap here, and I'm going to do I tie a knot or a bow? A knot. And I think I do this on each one of them, so they are all kind of similar. Then I'll trim that down, of course, at an angle. And then I'm going to add a few leaves. And I bought these leaves not last year, but the year before, I believe, from Amazon. It came with a whole bunch of different color fabric leaves, and I just love them, and they've lasted quite a while. And there they are. I just think this came out so cute. You have to let me know what you think about this one too. Okay, here's the next DIY. I'm not going to tell you which one this is because I've lost count. I'm going to use some of these giant craft sticks. I'm going to use some decals that I created. I'm going to use 3 of these wood craft hanging decor pieces from Dollar Tree. My Waverly chalk paint in the color elephant, and then some of this orange burlap. I think I got this from Hobby Lobby. And then this beautiful ribbon from Dollar Tree. So I started off by laying those 3 signs together side by side. I do this all the time. I'm using those craft sticks or giant craft sticks to attach those 3 pieces together. I'm just using wood glue and hot glue. Do you see that 2 of those are bigger? I've just recently realized that Walmart has 2 different sizes. They have other sizes that are smaller, but they have giant and they have jumbo. I think the giant is the biggest if I remember right, but I don't know. I always get it confused of what is what. So I wanted this elephant color to be more like a stain. So I spritzed it and watered it down, and then I am just going to paint this on. Now I probably could have done, oh yeah, see, I'm adding more water because I felt like it was too thick. I wanted to lighten it up some. As you can see, I'm just keep spritzing water on there. And then I cover the whole front and back. I don't remember if I did the back. I did the whole front, I know for sure. Then I'm going to add my decals. And I have them all laid out there because I wanted to make sure that I had them in the right place to where they were going to fit. And I saw this saying, I might have saw a sign similar to this on Pinterest. Oh my goodness. Did you see? It pulled up some of that lettering from the one that was sitting there. Anyways, I got it all on there, but it says, I don't remember what it says, you guys. Oh my gosh. Something thankful, incredibly grateful, and something blessed. But anyways, I saw this saying on Pinterest, and I loved it. I thought it was just awesome. So I wanted to recreate a sign like that. So yeah, grateful is the next word. So I'm just going to add them all on here. Oh man, I wish I could remember what the top part says. We'll see that here in a few minutes when I get it all finished. But yeah, unbelievably blessed is the last part. Is it very thankful, incredibly grateful, unbelievably blessed? That might be what it is. Kind of looks that way. But it did take me a little while to get all those on there. And once I have them on there, I don't know why I showed you guys all of this, but it is what it is. Oh my goodness. I'm at a loss for words, you guys. Okay, so then I took some of that burlap, that orange burlap, I cut it down, and I am just going to wrap it around this front, just the one side, the left side of the sign. And I'm going to hot glue it in place, just like you see me doing here. And then after that, I'm going to take some of that ribbon and I'm going to put it right in the middle of that. I just thought that ribbon was so pretty. And if you want to create this, of course, you could use any kind of colors or ribbons that you like, that you have. And then I'm going to add some leaves. So I'm going to just hot glue some leaves around my sign. I think I'm going to put the green one right where it was placed. I think I had them laid where I wanted to lay them. Yeah, there it is. And it's very thankful, incredibly grateful, and unbelievably blessed. So then I took some more of that pip berries, and I'm just going to wrap. You can get these at Dollar Tree. You can get them at Hobby Lobby. You can probably pretty much get them at any craft store. But I'm just going to wrap. I thought I wrapped it more than once, but I just cut some. So I don't know if I'm going to wrap them again. Yep, I am. I guess I wanted them to cross. I don't know why I didn't just go all the way around. But here I am. Okay. So once I have them on there, I am going to take this ribbon and make a bow, doing my usual awareness ribbon and scrunching it up in the middle and tying it with some jute twine. And then after that, I don't remember. I told you guys, this is going to be really fun and interesting because, like I said, I did this last year and I'm still don't remember what all I did. I can only kind of go by what I normally do. Doing my dovetailing, which you fold and then you just cut at an angle. Some people cut upward, some people cut downward. I took some of these, I think these are foxtails. I don't remember. Maybe these are wheats. But anyways, I added them there. Added my bow. I'm going to add this pumpkin. And I think pretty much all of that came from Dollar Tree. Add a sunflower to it. Just kind of adding some things here and there. And then I'm going to add a hanger to the back. Just going to hot glue that in place. And there it is. Isn't it beautiful? I absolutely love this. Man, I really did enjoy putting this all together and going back and remembering the things that I made last year and going, oh man, I really loved that. Yeah. And there, like I said, there were several videos where I could have put everything that was in that video on here. This video is another one that this one came from. I absolutely love this. Now this was a Hobby Lobby dupe, and I'm going to use those paints there. That one was sapphire. I don't remember what the other one was. I'm going to use some decals, and this is some leather, like fake leather I think I got from Dollar Tree, I think. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to remove those little pieces on the front of these signs. They come up pretty easily, and yeah, they're like little tacks kind of. And then I'm going to remove the coffee word there. And I'm going to do this on both of those MDF pieces. I'm sorry for that noise, you guys. My desk goes up and down, and it is very touchy, and I barely touch the buttons or rub against it, and it makes that beeping sound. Okay, so I'm going to take some goo off, and I'm going to wipe off all that stickiness from the coffee sign, and then I am going to paint with my sapphire. Once they were all done, I think I added some of this vivid blue and this admiral blue because it was too light. So I added those colors to give it the color I was looking for. Now I am showing you guys this because I had gotten this from a company. It's a light. It does kind of help with weeding. I don't use it. For me, I'm all about convenience. And if it's not convenient to pull it out and to use it, then I won't use it. So if you like to draw, it's a great little light. If you like to, if you need to trace, it's great for that. Sometimes it works well for the weeding part. Sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know if it just depends on the thickness, the color, whatever. But I never grabbed this, but it is a great little light. But I did get that for free from the company, so it was nice trying it out and using it. And I'm just showing you here, there's different light settings, different brightness settings, and then I was using it here to weed out my decals that I created. And you probably have seen the one that I'm duping here from Hobby Lobby. This looks very close to it, and I'm sure I created it paying a lot less than what they have it for sale for. But I absolutely loved it. When I go to Hobby Lobby, any of those stores, I look at stuff and I think, oh my goodness, I could make that for so much less. And so sometimes it kind of takes the fun out of shopping. But that's what happened with this. I was just like, oh, I know I could make it for less. So I took those two pieces there, as you can see, and I glued them together with hot glue and wood glue. I'm adding this decal, which is just a pumpkin that I found off of Cricut Design Space. And then once I had that on, I think I'm just making sure it's all on there. I'm going to add a leaf as well. This also came from Cricut Design Space, and I'm just kind of placing it, trying to place it where it's going to fit and just to kind of match with my dupe. I was having a hard time getting that to lay down. It must have been Dollar Tree vinyl. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I took another small leaf here. I'm trying to place these so that it fits completely on my two pieces here, and added that to the top. And then I took these are some tacks. I painted them with, I think, that Warren Penny, and I think I just cut out this leather piece because my Cricut doesn't cut out, and this is faux leather. I just have the Explorer, and it doesn't cut out that stuff. So I think I traced it and cut it out myself, and then I'm just gluing it to the front, and then I'm just using those tacks and punching them in there. And then after that, I did create another decal here that says hello, put that up on top. And then I created another decal out of this yellowish orange color. It says pumpkin. As you can see, the M is missing. It's on my finger. I was having a heck of a time when I was trying to get that onto my transfer tape. So I just put it on my finger and figured I could just lay it down. But there it is. I love how this came out. It just looks so high end, I think. You have to let me know what you think as well. And do you have this? Have you seen this at Hobby Lobby? I know. I love it. Okay, and another DIY from that same video. This was my blue themed video. I'm going to use this stencil. I think I got that from Amazon. This plate from Dollar Tree. And then my aged copper paint. I got that from Hobby Lobby. So I am going to tape this stencil down. This was kind of tricky when I was stenciling it because of the curved edges, but I taped it down as best as I could, and then I am going to use a little bit of Mod Podge. I did this because I've heard, and I've done it a few times, that it really helps keep your items from bleeding. So once it was dry, I went through with my aged copper here in a stencil brush, and I'm just pouncing all the way around. I absolutely love this. The copper color with the blue, it's just so beautiful in my eyes. And this was another video where I could have posted all 4 of the items that I made because I just thought they were all so pretty. So I just took some of this braided jute rope that I get, or ribbon, whatever you want to call it, from Amazon. It is in my Amazon store. And I am painting it with that bronze color. And then I took this ribbon. I don't remember where I got this ribbon, but I am painting the orange part with that bronze as well. And I finished that, and I am going to glue this braided jute all around that charger, just like you see me doing right there. Once I get all of that hot glue strings. Oh my goodness, you guys. Hot glue strings just drive me nuts. But I'm going to go all the way around with this and glue that in place, and then cut off the excess. See, there I go, playing with those hot glue strings. Okay, after I have that all done, I am going to use some of these leaves. I got these leaves at Hobby Lobby when they were on sale. I think they're beautiful, and this is what sparked this video. Was I just loved those leaves colors together, so I thought I'm going to do DIYs to match these leaves. So I'm just going to hot glue them on the top of my charger here, and then I'm just going to hot glue them down just so that they stay in place. Then I think after that I'm going to make my bow, I believe. Let's see. Yes, I'm going to make my bow, doing my awareness ribbon. You guys, I really need to branch out and learn other ways of making bows. And then I am going to hold that together with my clip, because I'm going to make a second bow, I believe, but I don't remember which color. Oh, I do know what color. This ribbon I got from Hobby Lobby. I think it is so pretty. I love this ribbon. And I'm just making another bow and putting those together. And then, of course, I'm going to use some twine to tie them together and keep them scrunched up so that they look like bows. And then once I have that all done, I am going to dovetail the ends, of course, because I just love that look, and it just gives it a more high-end professional look. You guys, if you hear me sniffling, I apologize. My allergies are bothering me. And then I took another leaf here after I glued that bow on, and I'm going to put it on the bottom. And I think I'm going to do the same with one of the the copper looking one. I'm going to hot glue that as well. And I'm probably going to use one of those velvet pumpkins, it looks like. Let's see. This is new to us all, unless you've watched this video already. Yeah, I'm going to add one of those velvet pumpkins, hot gluing that in place. I guess I'm going to do 2 of them. Too bad I didn't have a copper. I should have painted one of those with that copper. That would have been really pretty. And then I just used that extra from that ribbon to make a hanger. I'm just going to hot glue that. And then I hot glue some of the ribbon over it to just kind of give it some extra strength for hanging. And there it is. I just think it's so pretty. You have to let me know what you think about that. And do you like that blue and copper colors together as well? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Okay, here's the next DIY. So I'm going to use this Hello Fall wood word from Dollar Tree, this heart from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paints in the color plaster and pumpkin, and then I'm going to use dusk and truffle. So I'm going to start off by taking my heat gun, using my Cricut spatula here to remove those strips that were connecting the heart. Now, though, I have to tell you, I do remember this. They were hard to take off. It took me a while to get them all off. In fact, I think some of them broke. I was having a heck of a time. So I put them back all together, like you see, side by side, and I'm just using my ruler to draw a line, and then I'm going to use my box cutter to score each one of those. Now that heart is thin enough that it doesn't take much to score them. Then I'm just filling the holes for hanging with my plaster, because this is not going to be a hanging sign. And then I'm going to paint each one of those pieces with each one of those colors. Once they were done, I took my plaster and I'm going to distress. I believe I distress all of them with the plaster except for the one that's painted plaster. I am wrong. I'm going to take a little bit of my pumpkin and add that to the brown as well. Did I distress any of the pumpkin? Yeah, and I'm taking the antique or the truffle and distressing the pumpkin one, and then I'm taking the antique or the truffle color and distressing that dusk color as well, and then I'm taking that truffle as well. And I don't know why I didn't add plaster to all the rest. I don't know. Anyways, I'm sure there was a reasoning when I was doing this. Once I was done, I'm going to add a little bit of the pumpkin to this, I think, because it gives it a kind of a rustic look. I just really love it. I'm going to add, so I'm going to add some pumpkin to the to the dusk color. And then I'm going to glue those sticks back on. Maybe I didn't, I don't remember. Maybe I didn't break them, but it felt like I did. I just remember struggling big time with putting those together. So after that, I took some wood glue and some hot glue. I don't know where I got those pieces. They must be tumbling tower blocks that I put together. I don't know what those are from. You know, if you want to know, check out the video, because I will tell you in that video where those came from, and I will have it in the links in the video as well, or in the description box. I am going to hot glue these wood pieces I got from Hobby Lobby around Christmas time when they went on sale. They're like the birch pieces, so I'm just gluing, and they're halved like that, so I'm just gluing them to be the stem of my pumpkin. And I took some raffia here, and I am tying some raffia around it to keep it all together. And then I'm going to give it a little bit of a haircut here, and then I'm going to glue it onto my stem, just like you see me doing right there. And then I'm going to add some leaves to it as well. I love these multiple color things like that. I just love this. Yeah, these are a lot of my favorite ones, you guys. I'm taking some of this buffalo check ribbon. I think this probably came from Walmart at Christmas time. I am just making my bows like I normally do with doing the awareness ribbon and scrunching it up and tying some twine around it. I'm going to dovetail the ends, and then I'm going to hot glue that right on top of the raffia. And let's see, is that the end of it? Oh, nope. I got to add my Hello Fall, which I think I painted with cashew. Nope, I painted with the dusk. There it is. And I love it. And that cost me $2.50. I don't know. I guess so. Can you tell this was a 5 under 5 challenge video because I have the cost on there. Okay, here is the next DIY. So for this one, I'm going to use one of these Acorn pieces from Dollar Tree. This I got for $1.98 at a thrift store, and it was actually half off of that. And then Hobby Lobby had this fall vinyl, so I grabbed that. I love it. And then I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster. And I'm going to use my Rich Espresso by Deco Art. I'm going to start off by painting that with my plaster. And I think I had to do 2 coats to cover all that painted writing on it. I'm tracing out that acorn onto my paper, my vinyl, and then I'm going to cut that vinyl out with scissors. I think I'm trimming it down first before I cut it out. I don't know what I'm doing. I guess I was just cutting. I wasn't tracing it out. I was just tracing out the bottom part of it. I'm painting the top part with the Rich Espresso. I thought this was so pretty, this acorn. Oh, I just loved it. Once I had that all painted, I'm going to cover the bottom with that vinyl. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? I took some of this. This is, I got this a couple of years ago from Amazon. This, what do you want to call it? I don't know. Burlap? Not burlap. Anyways, this ribbon is just, it's so pretty. I just loved it. I'm going to just do a little bit of distressing along my white sign. And then I added some, these are wheat from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to hot glue them in place like you see, and then I'm going to put that sunflower over them. I love this, you guys. Isn't that acorn just so pretty? I love that paper. That paper and that paint just went so pretty together. And then I'm going to make another little bow with some of this ribbon from Dollar Tree. And I think I place this, do I place it on the top or do I place it with the flower? Oh my goodness, I don't remember. We'll see. We'll all be surprised. Gonna dovetail the ends. This kind of ribbon though, usually I won't dovetail. I'll cut it at an angle because it's kind of hard to tell that it's a dovetail. But yeah, I'm gonna just hot glue it right underneath that sunflower. And then I am gonna cut some more of this. What am I gonna do? Oh, that sign has a side to it all the way around. It has like a border that goes all the way around. So I'm just cutting this vinyl down and I'm going to cover the sides with it. And I don't think I put a hanger on it if I remember right, because the lip was so thick. I figured you could just hang it without a hanger. But you could do this on any kind of sign. You don't have to use a sign like the one I got at that thrift store. You could use any kind of sign or put, 2 of Dollar Tree signs together or whatever. But it's just, this is just for inspiration. Oh, I had an acorn there. I thought, oh, I got to add another little acorn to it. So I did. And there it is. I really love how that came out too. Look at how cute is that? You have to let me know what you think about that one as well. Okay, another one I love. Sorry if you hear me drinking water, but my mouth's getting very dry. Okay, I'm going to use one of these chunky pieces from Dollar Tree and then one of these Hexagon Hexagon pieces from Dollar Tree, my Waverly chalk paint in the color ivory and pumpkin, some little sticks. I think I got those from Dollar Tree, and then these rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree. I'm going to start off by using my little Cricut spatula to remove the top frame part of this piece. And you just slowly go around and you can feel it. It comes up really pretty easily, as you can see. But you just want to make sure you're careful so that you don't break it. Whenever you bring pieces off a Dollar Tree like this, you always have to be careful because it can break easily. I was thrilled because it was pulling off the paper too. Then I spritzed it with water. I spritzed it really good with water. And then I am going to just start scraping. Now, if you set and let it wait maybe 5 minutes, it comes off so much easier. But once I had it all scraped off, I painted what you see next to the ivory and then the top part with the orange. Then I am going to, I laid that top piece down. I don't have it glued on, but I just wanted to be able to see where to put my rub-on transfers. And I just cut out some of the transfers that I wanted to use, and I lay them down where I want to place them. And I'm using this little stick here to just rub them in place. These rub-on transfers are not too bad, but you do have to rub quite a bit. Compared to essential stencils, I feel like it's quite a bit. But like I said, I just cut out pieces that I wanted to use, and I laid them in the center. And then once I had them all on, I'm just going to use my super glue, and I think I'll use super glue and hot glue probably on this to connect it back on to my piece. And these are going to be, instead of, everybody was using this piece for bees, and I thought, you know what, these would make really cute little pumpkins. So that's what started all of this, was just kind of looking at it differently than what everybody else was looking at. I would like to do that more often. Sometimes I feel like I don't do that enough, but anyways, here we go. I just stuck them right on there. Then I'm going to use my wood glue and some hot glue, and I'm going to put this on that little base that I had painted with the plaster color. There you go. And then I'm just going to hot glue those sticks in place. And those are going to be the little stems of my pumpkins. And then I'm going to add some leaves. So I'm just going to glue some leaves right on by those stems there. And then I took some of this ribbon, and I'm just making some shoestring bows. Just tying that, or making little bows, and then I'm going to trim it off and dovetail the ends and hot glue them just like you see on the other ones. Just gonna hot glue them right there at the stem. And I just think this really set these off. I just love these little bows with them. This ribbon I did get from Dollar Tree. And then I am going to take that ribbon and I'm going to wrap it around that little base. I just thought it just really added to it, brought it all together. And as you can see, I also added some of those rub-on transfers to the top part of that base. It was too plain and I wanted to add a little bit more, so I added some of those rub-on transfers there as well. And then I'm just going to glue that in the middle and glue it on the side. I don't remember if I did the back as well. We'll see here in just a moment. Most of the time I don't do the back, but sometimes I do. And it looks like I'm not going to show you. So I'll have to wait until I take it out of storage to see. But there it is. I really love how this came out. And I know a lot of you guys loved this one too. This was one I got a lot of comments on. Okay, here is a dupe from Antique Farmhouse. I loved that tray. So I'm going to use some of this garland beaded garland I got from Walmart after Christmas or around Christmas time. This is my Waverly chalk paint in the color white and in the color elephant. I'm going to use this decal that I created with my Cricut. I'm going to use this napkin from Dollar Tree. I love those pumpkins. No, actually, I think I got that from Dollar General. And then this sign from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to start off by sanding off all that nasty glitter. Oh my goodness, them and their glitter. Look at it on my table. I had glitter everywhere. Ugh. And you know, something else I know people have told me before, you instead of sanding it, you could just put Mod Podge on it. That does help, but I just don't want to ever take the chance of having that glitter everywhere. So I think I actually took 2 of those signs. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking one of those signs to use to trace along the other side of that sign, and I'm cutting it. Just like you see, I'm cutting the top part of it that makes it look like a mason jar. So I used another mason jar sign to trace so that the top and the bottom would have the same shape. Then I'm using my wood glue here. I'm going all along the picture, and then I'm going to use hot glue. And I think I do use 2 of those signs, even though I showed you one, because what else am I hot gluing? Yeah, there you go. I'm hot gluing them picture to picture. So I cut the mason jar part off of both of those, and then I painted them front and back white. Then I'm taking my elephant here and just doing some light distressing all over my little signs here, which is going to be a riser. And I went a little heavy, so I'm just adding a little bit of white to it to just kind of mute it a little bit. I didn't want it to be so heavy. Then I took as many beads that I thought I was going to need, and I just taped them put them on my painter's tape to hold them in place, and then I just went in and painted them all with the white. Then I'm taking my decal that I created, and I am rubbing that on. It says Welcome Fall. And then once I was done with that, I am going to take my napkin and removing the extra ply there. And then I'm going to add my Mod Podge right where I think it's going to be. And do I dry it or do I just add it? I think let it dry. And then I'm adding my pumpkins. Now that napkin did rip on me a little bit, but you know what? It's okay. I was able to get it right back where it needed to be or where it was laid, and you can't even tell that it ripped. So once I had it laid perfectly where it has been, I'm going to cover it with my parchment paper, and then I'm going to go over it again with my heat press just so that it activates that Mod Podge. And after that, I'm going to cover it again with Mod Podge. Now, I think I went and covered the whole thing with Mod Podge. Usually I will do that so that it all has the same look so that you don't see a little bit of glossiness over the one part. Then I'm just going through and I'm going to glue these beads on. I am using hot glue, but honestly, I would use wood glue or maybe do strips. I would do wood glue. If you recreate this and you have time, I would do wood glue because wood glue is going to stick. This I will probably end up having to glue again, but I would use wood glue and then I would clamp it and let it sit overnight or whatever so that the glue really sticks. Once I was done, I took some of these beads and I'm going to use hot glue. And again, same with that. I would use wood glue if you want to recreate this because then it will stand a lot longer than with the hot glue. Then, of course, if I distressed the riser, I've got to distress the beads, right? So I'm going around with my elephant and distressed the beads. I took some of these curlers from Dollar Tree and I wanted to use the wire that's inside of it. So I'm just going to cut off those little ends there. And then I'm going to pull the wire right out just like you see and then cut off the other I just pulled off that little piece. Then I am going to use my needle nose pliers. I'm going to open up where they're bent there. I'm taking some of these, I think I got those from Walmart or Dollar Tree. I took 4 of them. I'm going to put 2, I think, on each one. And then I am just kind of using those pliers to close them and to just kind of shape them so that they lay flat on the bottom of my riser, just like you see right there. And then I am going to use, I use a little dab of hot glue to kind of keep them connected, hot glue them together. And then I'm going to use hot glue. Now, you know what, guys? I know I'm going to have to go back and reglue those things because hot glue is not going to last. But there it is. I love how this came out. It is so cute. And look at that difference. Theirs was $66. I made mine for like $4.50. I mean, come on. Look how cute that is. Okay, here is another video that I could have showed you everything on the video. I love this, the way this came out. I'm using some of those jumbo craft sticks. Some of these, what are these? The 10-inch? I can't read that. Anyways, those wood sticks from Dollar Tree. I have, 4 or 5 of those? Oh my goodness. And then this I got for $5. This was from Hobby Lobby, but I got it at a place called Basket Market here. And Basket Market is part of Hobby Lobby. They just like have things that they are either discontinuing or they are testing out. And I bought that from there. I'm going to use all those paints that you saw in my antique wax. So this thing, I am going to use my heat gun because I'm going to take it apart. I did not want it to be the two-sided thing there. So I'm just using my heat gun and I'm just carefully pulling it apart. Then I'm going to paint each one of those pumpkins a different color. So this one I believe is the sandstone. And I'm just going to paint all of that one. And then I painted one with, what is that? I think that's celery. I don't know. I hope you were paying attention to those colors. If not, go look up the video because I will have it listed in the video and I will tell you in the video what colors they are. And then I'm going to add I added those 5 sticks together and I'm going to connect them here. I'm making sure there's a gap and I'm connecting them with my jumbo craft sticks using wood glue and hot glue. If you guys are wondering why I'm doing a new voiceover and not just allowing what I did on the voiceover on my previous videos, is because of the whole copyright music thing. Even though I know I'm going to win the claims and I just don't want to deal with it. It has been such a pain having to deal with this copyright claim thing. It's going to be on every single one of my videos because it's on the same song. I have permission through my editing company to use it, but it's just a pain in the butt to have to dispute it all, and I don't want to have to do that anymore. So I decided to just go ahead and bite the bullet and do a new voiceover for this. But yeah, that's why I'm doing this voiceover. So I'm just taking this lace ribbon. I got this, of course, from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to hot glue them onto those pumpkins like you see. And I'm going to add some, put some raffia together. I'm tying together with a little piece of raffia. And then I am going to hot glue. I made 2 of those and hot glue those on the other pumpkins. You guys, I love this one. I guess, am I going to add a ribbon to that too? I guess, no, that's just to the other pumpkins. So then I'm going to use my wood glue here and I'll use hot glue and I'm going to connect these pumpkins to the front of my boards or my sticks that I had covered with my antique wax. And I don't remember what else I did, but we'll see here. You guys, I love the way these pumpkins, it's not your ordinary orange colors, but I just thought it was so pretty with those more lighter pastel colors. So this is one of those leather or faux leather blessed signs wording that I got from Dollar Tree. And then I'm just going to use some hot glue to glue on some moss all along the bottom of those pumpkins. And then I'm going to add a hanger to the back, and I'm just tying some knots here and then gluing that in place. I'm really, you guys, trying to do a lot more without, not just using hot glue, because I do want to sell my stuff and I know that hot glue isn't going to last. So if you create these things from home, I would suggest using something stronger. Okay, so there it is. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. Oh, So pretty. So the next DIY, now this is, I used the other side of that pumpkin, and that's that piece right there. I'm going to use a couple of these little crates from Dollar Tree, and then of course the same paints, the sandstone, the dusk, celery, and pink cloud. So I am going to use my antique wax as well. I am going to use my heat gun to remove those little pieces that were holding them together. And once I have them all removed, I was trying to sand, I think that bit off in the back so that's not so noticeable. I took one of these little wood sign thingies here. I got these from Hobby Lobby. I covered it with my antique wax. I did the same with the baskets or the little crates. Once those pumpkins were all dry and painted, I added some of these. These are the adhesive little faux pearls from Dollar Tree. They're like stickers. And I'm just going to go around all my pumpkins with these things. I love this. Oh my goodness, you guys. I just forgot how much I love these things until I watched this. I absolutely loved how this came out. It was just, to me, it was so pretty. Oh, anyways. So I think I'm going to go around the little slats there on the pumpkins. I think I go around. Yep, I do. I'm going to go around them as well. And I'm going to do this on all of those. Now, I don't do anything around that circle because if I remember right, I'm going to cover the circle up with a word. I didn't like that circle there. So there I have all the pearls on there, and I'm putting some wood glue on. Yeah, that's where I'm going to put this little sign. I'm going to add wood glue and probably some hot glue here. I'm just making sure that it's in the right areas, and then I'm going to add this sign just like that. And then that way you don't see that little hole. And then I'm going to add this blessed word. I must have painted this probably with ivory, but I'm not positive. Let's see. Or it might be the, no, I think that's with the sandstone. And then I'm going to use my wood glue and hot glue to connect those two little crates together. Once those were together, I'm marking. Why am I marking? I'm trying to remember why I'm marking. Oh, I know why. I'm marking it there so I know where to put my glue. So once I was done, I'm just going to add my wood glue here, and then I'll add some hot glue as well. But I just wanted to make sure that I was putting the glue in the right areas. So that's why I marked it there. And then after that, I think we're almost done, guys. I think. Oh my goodness, this is a long video. Then we're going to add that to the front of those crates, just like you see. I took some pool noodle, cut them in half, and cut them down, and I'm just going to add them to the inside. This is a great way if you don't have floral foam. That stuff is so messy. But I like to use the pool noodles sometimes. So I'm just going to start filling it in with some leaves and some pumpkins. I don't remember if I used many flowers. I think it was mainly going to be leaves and the pumpkins, that I had all these little different blues and teals and kind of a goldish pink colors and the off-whites, and I just thought these really went well with the paint colors. So I just kind of went around and added them all into the back, into those little crates. And yeah, I think that's going to be it. I don't remember. We'll see. But I love it. I love these. I love the way this came out. And, you know, I paid, what, $5.20 for that pumpkin piece. And I made 2 DIYs with it. So not bad, right? Yeah, I'm going to use, this was some sunflowers I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to include those in as well. I don't remember. I actually think they were Gerber daisies, but they look like sunflowers to me. And there it is. I really love that. I just think it is so pretty. I added some little wheat pieces to come out of it as well. Yeah, you have to let me know what you think about this one. I just love those colors. Okay, and then here is another DIY. I'm going to use this little truck from Dollar Tree. I used, I can't remember. I did listen to this when I was putting this together. I can't remember if it was 60 some or 70 some half beads that I got from Amazon. That vinyl from Dollar Tree, and then my Waverly chalk paints in the color ink, pumpkin, and white. And then, of course, a decal that I created with my Cricut. Don't you guys love the shine on that desk? It was very distracting. So I went around and I hot glued all those beads into place. Again, if you recreate something like this, I would suggest using wood glue and then letting them sit, overnight or whatever. After that, I went and painted them or spray painted them with that white color. Then I'm going to remove this. What is it? Someone just told me what it was and I can't remember. I call it a wheel cover. I know that's not what it is, but that's what we're going to call it. I'm using my heat gun and my paint scraper to remove it. You guys, these things are really hard to, and I broke it. Look at that. I knew I was going to break it. I did. I broke it. Ugh. Anyways, okay. So I think I'm going to glue it back together here. Or am I just going to glue that back on? Maybe I decided, you know what? I'm just going to glue this back on and we'll go from there. Yeah. So I'm going to paint those black, just like you see. And I will paint, I painted the little slats on the back of the truck there with the black. I should be painting the tire. Yeah, I'm going to paint the tire black as well. And then I'll paint the middle of the tires white. And then, what am I going to do? I think I painted the top part of the truck black, and I know it's not painted all the way in, but I believe I just did that in case the vinyl isn't completely covering the truck. So I'm painting those pumpkins with the orange, and then here I'm laying out my vinyl. I'm using my finger to kind of bring an indentation on my vinyl so I know where to cut it. And then I'm just laying this in pieces along my truck. This was a little time consuming doing this part, just trying to get those pieces all in. But you know what? It came out really cute, and I really do love how it came out. So here you can see I'm just making sure that the plaids match, that they meet in the right spot. And then I lay that out as well. And then I will just cut, like I'm going to cut around the areas that I don't want. And you'll see me doing that, I think. Yeah, just using my X-Acto knife, which I need to change out my blades because they're really dull now. They weren't dull then, and they worked great. Once I have this all trimmed out and completed, I should stop showing you that here in a minute. Hopefully, I don't know. Let's see. I guess I'm going to show you doing all of it. Oh my goodness. Well, you guys, I will say while we're watching this, I had a great time with my grandsons. I am sad that it's all over, but we had such a fun time. It was amazing, and I am so glad that we had that opportunity to have them come visit with us. So as you can see, I'm just taking some more of that ink and doing a little bit of distressing, and then I'm going to place my decals right where I want them. I put my truck there to make sure that I had my decals in the right spots. And then after I have them on there, I think that's when I will glue my truck in place, I believe. And these, I think I just created the decals. I don't think I downloaded them from Cricut Design Space. I think I just created them myself. Then I'm just going to use my hot glue and wood glue to add to the back of my truck so that I can add that truck to the front here. And then I took this ribbon. I'm going to use this to create a hanger on the back. I thought that this would be perfect to match the, excuse me, the truck. And then we have a hanger, and I believe that's all there was for this one. And there it is. Oh, it's so cute. You have to let me know what you think about that one as well. Okay, here is another one. Now this one, you guys, was a favorite of my subscribers. I had many people say they liked this one. So I'm going to use another one of those faux leather words from Dollar Tree, some tumbling tower blocks, one of their wood rounds, and then my paint. And this is also the vinyl from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to start off by making marks here where I want to lay my vinyl. Then I'm going to, I guess I'm trying to figure out where the vinyl is going to go and then where I'm going to paint it. So I'm using my square ruler here so that I can draw a line so that I can make marks so I know where to paint and where to place my vinyl. I don't know why I'm actually drawing the lines. I could have just made little spots. Anyways. Okay, so I'm going to cut my paper out, or my vinyl, I should say. And then I am going to hot glue some tumbling tower blocks together. And I like using that square ruler just to keep them straight. I did this once before without the square ruler and they were not straight. This was when I first started my channel. I am going to use my antique wax all along the top and the bottom of this round, and then I'm going to, once I brush on the wax, I'm going to wipe off the excess with my paper towel. Then I am going to do the same thing on those tumbling tower blocks. I have 2 sets of 2 there. And after that, I am going to, I think I'm going to lay out my vinyl. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. You guys, I'm getting tired. Can you tell? Okay. So I'm going to lay out my vinyl here and then I will cut off the excess. And then I will use my X-Acto knife and cut off the excess, just like you see me doing right there. And then I'm going to use some, probably Fix-All glue, I think, along the back of my blessed sign. And then I'm going to, or word, and then I'm going to put this on the front of that vinyl. Now that vinyl is not permanent vinyl, it's removable. I should have probably added some like super glue or the Fix-All glue as well to make sure that it sticks for good. Once I have that on there, I am going to use hot glue and I'm going to glue those 2 tumbling tower blocks in the front, and then I'm going to hot glue the other 2 in the back. Again, if you are doing something like this, I would suggest using something more permanent than hot glue. Hot glue usually is so easy to make because of video purposes. It causes me to be able to get things done quicker. I am making some bows, as you can see. I can't tell you where I got all of them because I don't remember. I think the ones with the holes there is from Walmart. I got it Christmas time. I don't remember where I got the ones with the orange on the sides, but the pumpkins, I believe, is from Walmart, or sorry, Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to hot glue this on the top. And yes, I know the pumpkins are upside down. I'm going to take these mini mums now. You know what, you guys, and maple leaves. I love Dollar Tree's mums. They make their mini mums, even their big mums. They're so pretty. I always am drawn to them when I see them there. So I'm going to take some of these leaves and I'm going to glue them onto the bottom of my wood round. And I think I'm going to add my mums to it as well. But I Again, I really love how this came out, and I know a lot of you did too, because I remember getting a lot of comments about it. I was kind of surprised. I think I thought I had done wood rounds. This was fall wood rounds, and I was expecting people to like the bigger wood rounds, but I was surprised that more people liked this than the bigger wood rounds. And this was on the same video as the truck one, the one that we just previously had. And so I think that that's why it stuck out in my mind. But I'm just going to go in and hot glue those mums in there after I play with those glue strings. Tell ya, I keep telling you, they just drive me nuts. And there it is. And it really is cute. I do really enjoy or like how that came out. Yeah, you have to let me know what you think about that one as well. And yes, I know those pumpkins are upside down. That's really annoying. Okay, here's another one. We're getting close to the end, guys. I loved this one too. I'm going to use some decals that I created with my Cricut. This sign from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use this rich espresso, and then my worn penny. Oh, that one isn't my favorite. And then my ivory chalk paint. So I'm going to start off by making marks along the, I think this is the back side of my sign. So that way I know where I'm going to paint each section. I'm going to use my ruler here and go across and make lines. And then I will do the same on the next row. And then I will tape them off with my painter's tape. That way I can paint my signs or my sections. So I'm going to start on the top with the worn penny. Look how pretty that color is. And it really does look like a penny, like the color of penny, doesn't it? And once I have the whole top part painted, then I believe I do the rich espresso on the next part. No, I'm going to do it on the bottom. So I'm going to do the rich espresso on the bottom, and then I believe I do the was it ivory or plaster? I think it was ivory in the middle. So once these dry, and sometimes they can take a while to dry this metallic paint. If I remember right, it seemed like it took a little longer for them. Oh my goodness, you guys, I don't think we're almost done yet because I just thought of some other ones I'm going to be showing you guys. Oh my goodness, did you see what happened? My tape fell on there, and when I pulled it up, it pulled up that metallic paint. So I had to repaint it. I was so frustrated when that happened. Oh my goodness. So yeah, here I'm going to take my, what color is that? I can't read it. I think it's ivory. It doesn't matter. You can use whatever color you want, but I'm just going to paint the middle with that color. And then once it was dry, I am going to place my decal that I created with my Cricut right there. And I think I was trying to be really careful because I didn't want to pull up any more of that paint. So I think I was like holding my breath and trying to be really careful. And it did not, it was hard getting it to stick. I don't know if it was so much because of the paint and the vinyl not wanting to stick to it, because I know I have problems with that with the antique wax, or if it was just because I was trying to be so careful that the transfer tape didn't pull up any of that paint. I remember really holding my breath that it didn't pull up any more of that paint. After that, I'm taking some of this beautiful ribbon. This ribbon I did get from Walmart the year before. It was like a spool with two different color ribbons. This came with this and like a green and cream colored one. But I'm just making a bow by doing the awareness ribbon. Then I'm going to take one of this ribbon, was actually from Dollar Tree, doing the same thing, making a bow, awareness ribbon, sign, and then scrunching it up, tying it with jute twine. And yeah, then I'm going to dovetail the ends. And what else am I going to do? I am sorry that I am showing you guys all of that fluffing. I try not to show that. I've been trying to cut that part out of my videos because, you know, who wants to watch that, right? As you can see, I'm going to add some leaves, and then I'm going to add one of those pumpkins. So I'm just going to hot glue these leaves right in place here. And then I'm going to hot glue that bow in place. And then I think I'm going to cut that pumpkin in half is what I think I do. Yes. So I'm just going to cut this right in half. It just sits on your signs a little bit better so that they don't stick out as much. So I'm just going all along the side, and sometimes you can even see where they're connected and just cut along that line. But when you do cut it, you do have to kind of push your knife into the middle of it to get all that styrofoam cut in the middle too. And then I'm just going to put hot glue there. Be careful because it does melt your styrofoam. Then I took some more of this ribbon that I just loved, and I am just going to use it as a hanger. I'm just going to hot glue it there. And then hot glue that in place too. I don't know if I'm going to show this or not. I'm pretty sure I used some shipping paper to cover the back. And there it is. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, those colors. I just love them so much. Oh, I can't wait to get them out this year. Okay, this is a really easy one, you guys. I'm going to use this placemat from Dollar Tree. And look how beautiful that is. I love it. And then I'm going to use this canvas frame. I believe I got that from Dollar Tree, probably the Dollar Plus section. And then foam board. And so I'm just tracing out this foam board with that canvas. And then I'm using my X-Acto knife to cut it all out. And you know, if you use a really sharp X-Acto knife, it will cut out really smoothly. If you don't, it will rip it in many ways. So I'm just going to remove all the staples from the back of this canvas. You can remove the staples like I'm doing, or you can cut the canvas off and then you don't have to deal with all those staples. It just depends on how you're going to use the whole sign. So here I laid it on my placemat. I placed it where I wanted it, and then I'm just using my Sharpie there to trace along it, and then I cut it out. I'm going to use Aleene's tacky glue, and I'm going to go all along the back part of this with that tacky glue, and then I'm going to add that to that foam board. And I don't know if they'll have these placemats this year. I'm sure if they don't, they'll have something very pretty, but this, you could do this with fabric. You could do this with like the vinyl placemats. I mean, this is, you know, you could do this with many things, but I loved this placemat and really wanted to use it. So as you can see, I painted the front of my canvas there, my wood, and then I'm going around with, I believe this is Fix-All glue, or it's E6000, and then I'm just going to add some hot glue here and there, and then I'm going to put this on top of my picture, just like you see. And then, of course, you know me, I had to add some of this braided jute cord all the way around. I just love the way this looks. It always gives it just a nice little, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? It just gives it some extra, bling isn't the right word, but I just like the way it looks. So then because I liked it so much, I felt like it, and it didn't, I felt like it didn't show as much around the inside of the frame. So I went around the outside of the frame as well with it. And that, for me, it was like, oh yes, this is exactly what it needed. And yeah, I just loved the detail that it gave. I think that was the word I was looking for, detail. Then I'm just going to hot glue some of these leaves on the top left corner of my frame here. And we'll see what I do next. I'm going to take another one of those pumpkins. These, of course, came from Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut them in half like I did on the previous one. And then I'm just going to hot glue that on the top there. Then I took some of this lace ribbon and I'm just making a little shoestring bow, just like you see. And I think I'm trying to figure out where I want to place it. Just kind of playing around with it. I don't know if I dovetail the ends. No, I do dovetail them. A lot of times those thinner ones I just will cut at an angle instead. But I'm just going to hot glue this right on top of that pumpkin. And then I'm going to add a little hanger to the back. And that's all there was for this one. Oh, I just love this, you guys. That that is so pretty. Anyways, you have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Oh my goodness. You're not going to be able to remember all these, I'm sure. But if you are still hanging in there, you guys are amazing. Okay, here's the next DIY. Okay, I'm going to use my rich espresso and my worn penny. I'm going to add some or use some of these leaves from Amazon. They are just so pretty, but I'm going to make them even more pretty. I'm going to use some of this ribbon from Sam's Club. You could use any ribbon or burlap. And then one of these 18, I think they're 18 or 16-inch wreath forms from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to start off by painting some of those leaves with this gold paint, with the rich espresso and with the worn penny. I paint the front and the back. So I'm just kind of alternating the different leaves with the different paints. And these did take a while to dry, and I think it's because they were on fabric, but they were tacky for some time. It did take me a little while to get them to dry. So while those were drying, I'm just going to take this ribbon and I'm going to hot glue the ribbon to itself, better than hot gluing it to the metal. It's probably touching some of the metal, but I'm hot gluing it to itself. And then I'm just going to wrap it, and I'm just going to continue wrapping it. I think I do end up just cutting big strips and wrapping it because it kind of got difficult trying to pull that through, but I'm just overlapping them like you see. And this didn't have to be perfect, but it was mainly to have a base for my leaves to be glued to. So as you can see, I'm just going to cut the end there, fold it under, and glue it to the back. And after that, I am going to start gluing these leaves on, and I'm just going to alternate the different colors. And I'm just going to glue, like that is, I think, the worn penny, and then this is the gold, and then I'll take the rich espresso, and then I just do that all the way around. I love this one, you guys. My goodness, I really love them all. Well, that's probably because most of these were my favorites that I picked. So, and it was hard, you guys. There was some other ones that I really loved too that I wanted to add, but this is already a long video as it is. And if you are still hanging in there, you deserve an award or something. So after that, you can see there's a big gap, and I was just planning on putting some bows. So I'm taking this leaf ribbon I got from Dollar Tree, and then the burlap ribbon is the same that I wrapped it with. And I'm just making my regular awareness ribbon bow, and then I'm going to do the same with that one and place that in the front of that. And I just figured this leaf ribbon was perfect because, you know, there's leaves on my wreath, and I'm just going to connect those together. And I am going to dovetail the ends. You guys, I am not a huge wreath person. You probably notice I don't make a lot of wreaths on my channel. I'm not a real wreath person, but I do have a few wreaths that I made for fall that I absolutely love, and I have a hard time deciding which ones to use. I have one that I made a couple of years ago that is a square wreath form that I absolutely love. It has a lot of the wheat sprigs on it, but yet I really love this one too. So I kind of go back and forth on which one to use. I think I ended up putting this one like on my back door, even though no one's really going to see it, but I just really love how this one came out. So I took some of that leaf ribbon, and I'm just I cut it down and folded it in half, and I'm just wrapping that in the middle of my bow just to give it a little more of a finished look. I know I usually don't do that, but sometimes I like to do that. I'm going to use some more of this ribbon that I wrapped it with to make a hanger. So I'm just hot gluing the ends together like you see. And then I think I even turn that to the back and hot glue it in place, I believe. Yeah. I'm going to hot glue it right there. That way it just stays and doesn't move around. And then I'm going to play with those glue strings again. And then I'm going to hot glue my bow right in front of that. Oh, I'm going to glue that part down too. And then I'll hot glue the bow. And I think that might be all, but I don't remember. Yep, there it is. Isn't that beautiful? I love how that came out. Oh, I love those colors, you guys. I love them. which is weird. I'm not a fall color person as far as clothing or anything like that, but when it comes to decorating, I love those colors. But normally I won't wear rusts or golds or oranges, that kind of stuff. Okay, here is an outdoor DIY, fall DIY. So I've got some decals here I created with my Cricut. I'm going to use some more of those wood hanging pieces from Dollar Tree. I think there's 3 of them. I'm going to use some, or maybe it's just one, 5-gallon paint stick. One of these buckets that I got from Dollar Tree had a G on it, which I thought was fitting since my last name starts with a G. And then my sandstone, truffle, and pumpkin chalk paints by Waverly. So I'm going to start off by painting that with pumpkin. And then I took each one of those slats. Did I cut those down? They look smaller. I think I did. I painted one orange and then distressed it with the plaster, one with the truffle and distressed it with the plaster, and then one with the sandstone. And the sandstone I'm going to distress with the plaster as well. You know what? I don't think I distressed the other ones. I just think I did like a light coating or painting of them so that you could see some of that wood. And then I decided to do some of the distressing with the plaster, and I painted that 5-gallon stick with the sandstone as well, and then did the distressing on that. And then I'm going to distress my pail with some of the brown with the truffle there, just like you see. And after that, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm going to put my decals. So oh my goodness. For those of you that don't have a Cricut and don't know how to do it, this is how you transfer it from your sheet that comes off the Cricut onto your item. And this is just transfer tape. And you just want to use your little brayer tool here to brayer it on. Some vinyls work better than others. For me, my favorite is Oracle 651. To me, it weeds pretty well. My absolute favorite is Caesar, which is spelled, it looks like Sicer, but it's pronounced Caesar. That's my ultimate favorite, but it's very expensive. But it just peels off really nicely. But some you really have to play with. Dollar Tree's vinyl is horrible. I really only use it on big items because little items it's impossible. So anyways, just a little tip for you there. And I'm just going to finish. I think this is the last one here. I think these all say welcome to our home because this sits out on my front patio. And then I'm going to cover it with dishwasher safe Mod Podge because I do have a covering where this will be, but we get a lot of wind here, and if it's windy and rainy, the rain's going to come sideways sometimes. So I'm going to cover this pail also with the Mod Podge, the dishwasher safe. And then I am marking where I want to place them here. And then I am going to use my wood glue and hot glue. You guys, my hair looks horrible. I did not shower that day, I can tell. Oh, but you know what? In order for you guys to see what I'm doing, I had to move my camera. And yeah, so I'm just laying my stuff down. And if you see me looking up, it's because I'm probably watching some kind of crafting show as I'm doing this. So, yeah. And it looks like I'm munching on something too. Probably snacking. Okay, so I don't know what I'm gluing. Oh, I think I'm putting some twine around it. Yeah, I'm just weaving the twine in and out of each one of those, just like you see. Oh, there's the picture of my son with my newest grandson there on my laptop. I just got to go visit him for his first birthday, and oh, you guys, he is a character. Let me tell you, he reminds me of his daddy. Oh, but I loved it, every minute of being with him, and I miss him already. So I'm just going to add some leaves here. I'm using some super glue, it looks like, and hot glue to add my leaves because I want them to stick with this Oklahoma rain. And well, wind, mostly wind. I'm just going to continue to add some leaves here and there. You guys, I love leaves in the fall time. That's the one thing I really miss about Oregon is they do get some beautiful colors on their trees. We don't get that here in Oklahoma. But you know what? I would rather live here and not have to deal with so much rain like we get in Oregon. But I do really miss the leaves. They are, and I really hope that one day it's on my bucket list to go to the Northeast in the fall and see all the colors because I just am so amazed at how beautiful leaves are in the winter or in the fall. They're just beautiful to me. So as you can see, I filled it up with some rocks from our backyard just to keep it so it would be heavy so that it doesn't knock over or blow over easily. And then I'm just using some hot glue along the edge to hot glue the twine. I think I felt pretty safe doing that because, you know, we're not going to have a whole lot of heat, although it's still kind of warm in the fall here. I might have to touch that up with some super glue. I made a little bow there, as you can see, and put that in the front, and there it is. I added some moss, but oh, I love that. I think it is so cute. You have to let me know what you think about that one as well. Okay, and I think this is the last one, you guys. Okay, I'm using these Tower Tumble blocks. These are the big ones that I found at Five Below. And I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color pumpkin, some of these square beads from Dollar Tree, and then some decals that I created with my Cricut. So I'm going to start off by using my wood glue and hot glue, and I'm going to glue 3 of them together, I believe. Not, yeah, on top of each other, just like you see. And then I'm going to take, let's see, I think I do 2 strips of these. Yes. I think I want to try and do one of these this year, but on a bigger scale. I'm gonna glue those together like you see right there. And I think I make 2 more sets. Oh, maybe not. I thought I doubled them up. I painted them all with my pumpkin. Okay, so as you can see, I've got 3 sets there. And I painted those beads white. And I am filling the holes with my plaster. Then I am going to paint them with my antique wax. I think I'm just going to, I'm going to brush them on, or brush on the wax and wipe it off, just like you see. I'm going to do that, I believe, on all of them. And then I took my decals. I'm going to put on this one. I think it says Blessed. Look how pretty that is. And then this one is this really pretty, I don't know what you call it, decor. I don't know. Embellishment. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to put this on the bottom corner, and I'm going to put Thankful on this one. This was for a tier tray. This was, I did Crafted by Corey's mini challenge. And this was one of those videos. And then I am going to do this pretty swirly piece, and I'm going to put this down on that one as well. And then I think the next saying will be Grateful. But I really want to do something similar to this. I probably won't do the Thankful, Grateful, Blessed. I'll probably do something a little different. But I just love those swirlies. I love how all of this came out, and I think it would be really pretty as bigger pumpkins. Bigger block pumpkins. In fact, I just got an idea. So yeah, and I'm going to add some of that swirly on the other upper corner on the opposite side as the bottom one. I love swirly things like that too. I just think it's really pretty. And then I got to dig off that little piece of vinyl there. And then I'm going to put the Grateful word here. And when I was done with this, I was like, okay, it still needs a little something more. So I know I'm going to use those adhesive pearl stickers. I think I did. Maybe I didn't. I think I did. Okay, those little beads that I painted white and then added the antique wax, I'm making those the little stems. So I'm just going to glue 2 of them on top of each of those pumpkins. Then I'm taking some of those pip berries and wrapping them around my paintbrush there. And then I will add that to the top stem. And I'm going to do this on each one of them. The green and white, I think I got these at Dollar Tree, but like I said before, you can usually find them at Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby. I'm going to cut off some of the leaves from some different picks that I had, and I'm just going to hot glue them on as well. And then I made little shoestring bows with some twine, and I'm going to hot glue those in place. And then, yeah, this is the adhesive faux pearls from Dollar Tree. And I went around the blessed pumpkin with those pearls. I don't remember if I did, yeah, I just did it on that one. But look how cute those are. I absolutely love how these came out. I think they are so pretty. And yeah, I'm going to do something similar. So be watching. In fact, maybe I'll do that for my next video. We'll see. Okay, so you guys, I'm pretty sure this is the last of all the videos. Thank you all so very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you stuck around this long, give me a pumpkin emoji. And with all that being said, you guys, I will be back again on the 1st with another video. So have a blessed week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.